Alright, so I think the music overpowers me a bit. God, I still gotta get used to how audio balancing and stuff works, especially since I'm still trying to figure out what in the general hell is wrong with my laptop. Let me lower it more so So, hello, it's been nearly 2 whole months. Actually, yeah, if I didn't stream for another 5 days, it would have been a whole 2 months of me just kind of going, man, I have an idea of what to stream or what to do. That'll be really cool. That'll be really neat. Or I would have gotten this idea out of the way in November and then work. And I know I usually, whenever I take a hiatus and come back, it's always work, and I know people who come in are usually, mostly understanding about it. Especially people who I talk to in Eternal's Discord, who are just in general my friends, and hey, Kaneki working right now. Investigate. Thanks, Mr. But, yeah, recently I've been going through a lot in terms of just things emotionally and just kind of at work, continuing the same shit of people quitting, people not coming in, the usual stuff, and then just a whole lot of just a whole lot of damn, it feels like I'm the only person who knows how to do shit at my job, and then just a whole lot of, oh, we have nobody. Because there's a lot of days where we end up with 4 people or less, me included, in the restaurant, and it's always during my shift. So later in my shift, to be more specific, from 2 p.m. onwards. So yeah, which is the main reason I haven't been streaming, honestly. Work has been taking so much out of me, and today was technically an off day because the workers for the new location around where the old one was, where they started me at, they've been making a new location that was supposed to be done by November, which is getting pushed back all the way into April, as they're saying so far. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't see them getting that shit finished in the next 4 weeks. I could be wrong, but after they said it was gonna be November, then they said it was gonna be January, then they said it was gonna be March, I'm expecting it to be May or at this point August. But yeah, it's been, on the work side of things, it's been hell, and on the personal side of things, it's been also hell, because I've realized I've just kind of been getting madder at people in general, even my friends, and I feel really bad about it. Even if people tell me, oh, it's justified, you're just annoyed by a lot of things currently or at the moment. I used to not get angry at, every little stupid thing that people would say or that people would do. I'd say I was pretty tolerant. Then after a while, I just kind of started getting angry at every little thing. Even some things said in jest, I couldn't tell they were jokes. And I've had that problem for a while, but it was never this bad. I wasn't this aggro about it. I wasn't this angry, because whenever I used to get really stressed out, I just feel hard emotional, but actively kind of start crying. But now it's all the sadness is just kind of replaced with built up anger, which is weird, which is why I kind of decided I didn't want to stream for those past 2 months, because I didn't want to bring that here, because I usually stream when I feel like I'm in a decent enough mood for it, or I don't feel like I'm dying inside. But despite how I kind of feel currently, here I am streaming, and I'm gonna actually, I'm trying to move away from the shit I used to do, where it's just, oh well, damn, I don't like the way the stream is going, I'm gonna cut it off. I haven't done that shit in a minute, but there were times where I did that, and I just kind of feel bad about it still. And I don't know if I removed any of them. I probably removed at least like one of them, but I know I still have oh god. I forgot I need to remove that GIF from the slideshow. Oh no. But I've just been, I don't know, like, it's just been a lot of stuff. And also on the personal side of things, I got hacked last month, like, literally a month and 3 days ago to be exact. And, that also took a big toll on me mentally, because, the morning after I found out my original Discord account got hacked, which had links to, like, my YouTube, Twitch, everything, meaning I had to change passwords on everything, my Google accounts, like, literally everything. Everything that I currently used or may have had data about me saved on it that mattered. Like, they were trying to, like, do some whatever meta business is under my name and crypto shit on my Twitter, on the Facebook account I barely use and only really use to keep up with family and all this other crap that I would personally never do because, you know, I never believed in the crypto stuff. Like, at first I thought it sounded cool, and then it's like, it's complicated, I don't really care. Then I found out, like, most of that shit's a scam and, like, harmful to the environment, apparently, which is giving me more and more reasons not to care about it. So I just decided to not care about it. Yeah, getting hacked wasn't fun. Like, I lost my original Discord account because I decided the best thing to do was to just get rid of it wholesale. I haven't really joined back into that many Discord servers as a result. Because, you know, like, it's been a month, but I still feel a bit uneasy joining all of them back in, especially at a rapid amount of time. Because some people didn't even know I got hacked. Like, some people were just outright DMing me, hey, fuck you for being a scammer. And I was confused because, you know, I don't do scams. I don't do crypto shit. Like, I am a man who works at a Wendy's. I am too tired for that kind of shit. Like, the day I start running scams is the day you'll probably have to kill me. I'm gonna be honest with you. The day I run things like NFTs or like, oh, hey, check this free Discord Nitro link. Like, nah, like, you have a legal right to get rid of me as soon as possible. Like, I could not live like that. Like, I genuinely couldn't. But aside from that, like, I have been also trying to save up to get a new computer in general. South Carolina Wendy's worker caught selling NFTs. Hey, Otter. Again, what was I about to say? That's it. I had also been trying to save up for, like, a new computer or just laptop in general. I've settled on trying to get, like, a newer computer and then later on getting, like, the graphics card and other stuff that I need that's better than what's currently in it if need be. Because, you know, I'm trying to run more modern games on a system, on my computer in general. And, like, the initial plan was to get a mini PC and then an external GPU. Then I thought about it for like 5 minutes and then looked it up. Well, no, I thought about it for weeks, but I didn't look anything up. Then I decided to look things up like last week, and then it turns out, oh, literally every piece of advice was telling me to just buy a new PC or buy a new laptop instead, because instead of running me upwards of like 2,000, it'll at least run me in upwards of like 1,000 in terms of like everything. And I don't have to buy everything all at once, especially if I get like, again, the PC, like a pre-built one, and then just replace parts. So I figured out that's what I'm gonna do. From there on out, it's just, I keep the highest benchmark is that I want to reach the recommended for KOF 15. That's literally it. That is a pretty good looking 2022 release. I feel like that'll last me like the next couple of years and to where I don't have to care. Plus, most of the newer games that seem to be coming out that I'm interested in don't seem like that super like turbo high requirement. So for me, that feels like a good thing because like Like most games that look like, oh, this game's graphics will blow your mind. They'll make you go nuts. And it's just like, like if it's hyper stylized, yeah, but if it's not, kind of rough, kind of really hard to get me to care. It's like how I like DMC5 as a game a lot. Visually, I can't say it's the best. I can't say it's the best looking DMC. Like graphically wise, in terms of areas, yes, but I miss when it had more of an art style, I guess. Like, not to say 5 doesn't, but it's just one of those. Like, it's a good looking game. It's just I kind of miss 4. I kind of miss 3. I kind of miss 1 in terms of art direction. Even though I kind of think the only games with 3D models I fully liked was 4. Then there's just like design changes in 5 I don't like that much. Like, I like how Dante looks. I like how V looks. Like, every character that's either their first game appearance was 5 or their only game appearance was 5. They look fine. Like, they look good. Then I see what they do in Nero and I'm like, I get it, but I don't have to like it. Like, I like Nero as a character still. Like, I think he's a great character still. It's just design-wise, I'm not the biggest fan of his new look. Which is weird because I like it when in everything else that isn't DMC5. I like Nero's new design in everything that isn't DMC5, which is the funny part. Like, I like, Trish being older, I kind of didn't expect her to age like that because, you know, Demon made to look like Dante's mom, but I guess, you know, because the made like Dante's mom part, I guess she just kind of looked older to match how they used how Dante's mom kind of looked in the game, so I guess that makes sense. And I'm not a big fan of Lady just kind of reverting back to her DMC3 design. Like, if they went back to it in terms of the clothing, and just the clothing and the hairstyle being shorter, and losing the shades, I'm fine with that. She just kind of wholesale, her whole body reverted to DMC3 like 4 never happened. Like, she just kind of, in general, shrank, and I was like, oh. And then she gets kind of bodied in a cutscene, and then, oh. It was, like, I liked DMC5, but a lot of it had me kind of go, oh. That's, like, it's really cool. It's really fun. Oh. I feel like this could have been handled like 15 times better in retrospect. Like, it's not my favorite. Then again, I'm a DMC3 fan. Oh god, I gotta remove this. I gotta remove that GIF from the goddamn rotation. I really do. I also gotta stop putting it on loop so it doesn't occasionally run by it. Well, randomize. DMC5 is aesthetically a... Yeah, it really is. Like, and I'd be fine with it if, like, DMC4 was more of a push in that direction, but it wasn't. It was just, yeah, these were anime people. They're more anime people now. 2, now they're westernized anime people. Take designs from the reboot and just tweak them. Yeah, that kind of... And considering, like, Itsuno was apparently, like, a decent fan of the reboot, that makes sense. Dear God, I've spent 10 plus minutes of airtime just kind of talking. Then again, it's better than just nothing. The director learned a lot from the reboot, so much that he practically recycled everything from it, including the story. I wouldn't go the story, because, you know, DMC5 didn't have things like the sniper rifle, or what I forget the name of the I forget the name of the girl in the hoodie. Cat, I think her name was. I only remember this because I like played an unhealthy amount of like PlayStation All Stars when it was new and just saw her name as like one of the little avatar things. But like the squirrel girl over there did not help. That and that game's version of Virgil is. Ooh. General outline and story beats are the same, minor details are different, major amendments align. Well, then again, to be fair, I'm gonna take your word on it, Alex, because personally, I've seen playthroughs of DMC Devil May Cry. I never fully paid attention, so that's on me. All I just kind of gleaned from it is that I really feel like a lot of the hatred to Dino, like the Dante redesign, was valid to a degree, and then the more I watched it, I just kind of went, he's just kind of a nothing character with like a punk edge to him. He never really struck me as interesting or just, I hate him, just, yeah, he's just an asshole who happens to be Dante, who does the opposite of what Dante does often. Thanks, Britain. Or was it England? Either or. Someone who played the game was epic. I mean, you know, at some point I want to try at least playing DMC Devil May Cry on Steam, because I didn't dislike the different characters. Yeah. Which, to be fair, is like a better way to think about it. The thing that bugs me about Dino is that he's a punk when regular DMC already has a better... Yeah. Like, honestly, you're both right. Because I can also accept, like, different characters' same names, but... It's very weird, because, like, I guess I'm not as angry about it because, you know, I wasn't a DMC fan when this was happening. I was, like, 13? Yeah, I was, like, 13 when DMC Devil May Cry came out. So I was like, well, that's sad for people who like the old thing. And then I just kind of saw the new thing, and I didn't hate it. I was like, what's so bad about it? And the older I got, the more I looked at it, I don't go like, man, it's horrible. But I kind of look at it and go, man, that's a thing. Ninja Theory didn't go out of their way to push it as something it wasn't, which I respect. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Like, I don't harbor any big ill will towards it. I feel like DMC can't decide whether it hates the original series or not. I mean, given what that one guy at Ninja Theory said, I guess he did. Fans just blew it out of proportion, assuming the series would continue that way or be over. I mean, Alex, I can't fully blame fans for that one, because at the time, like, with all those IPs dying, like, Mega Man was going out because there was too much of it, and, like, 2 years before that, or, like, probably a year before that, someone at Capcom pulled that shit of, oh, well, fans didn't show enough interest in Legends 3, despite there being a lot of interest in Legends 3, and just kind of canning it, alongside Mega Man in general getting canned because they put out too much of it in rapid succession. Even if most of it was good, like, it still just overflooded the market. That, and, you know, a lot of things had to still be called Mega Man because you can't confuse people with the marketing, which in turn still confused people with the marketing, but at least made you know it was in the same series. Yeah, Capcom generally didn't know what to do. Yeah, especially after they got rid of Clover, because, you know, despite their games not being the highest budget either way, they just kind of didn't really sell well to their demands. Because I still think about how every game they put out, Okami and Beautiful Joe were the only ones to technically get a series. Like, Okami Den, and the various re-releases, and Beautiful Joe, in which its whole series spanned from 2003 to 2005, which hurts. It hurts a lot. No director was brave enough to step to the plate, so most IPs stagnated or got dumped. Yeah. Yeah. Because, like, a lot of them, like, and I can be... Damn, I forgot Okami don't exist. To be fair, Otter, I don't hear people talk about it, and I didn't hear that it was bad. But it kind of, I feel like it kind of says something when the last time I remember it being, like, talked about was, like, the old Sugar Conroy playthrough that I think's, like, around a decade old at this point. And if not a decade old, at least, like, 5 years plus. Like, it's a very weird. Like, I understand not knowing what to do with IPs, especially since some studios get gutted and some don't exist anymore. Like with Maximo, how like that studio apparently died because they were basically forced to make Final Fight Streetwise, which seemed like at the start, from what I remembered hearing, like it looked like better than it ended up, which is sad because I liked a decent amount of ideas looking through Streetwise again. It's just the final product. It was very, very... I don't want to be generic and be like the generic we've been going. It was very American. It was an American-made studio. That'd be stupid to say, but it just felt very like oddly. I guess it took the streets too literal. I guess like obviously like Final Fight is gonna take place in like streets, dark alleys, like American shitholes. Like I get that. So does Streets of Rage, but Streets of Rage still felt like it had more of a air of genuine fun to it while still being crazy and insane about it. Streetwise kind of felt like they had the insane part, but they kind of forgot where the full-on fun lied in it. So yeah, there were cool moments, there were cool ideas, but a lot of it kind of fell flat to me with the story and everything. Which is weird, because I don't even hate Kyle Travers as a concept or character. I like Kyle. I wouldn't have minded seeing the character again in anything, but, that kind of practically killed anything Final Fight related outside of Final Fight 1, so... No, I can't say that, because Lucia from 3's in Street Fighter 5, and has been for a couple years now. Which is still a weird character pull. Like, I love Final Fight 3. I emulated it a lot as a kid, and it's honestly, I think the first game I know of, or the first beat-em-up I know of on console that gives you, like, an AI-controlled partner. But it's just very weird for me to think about. Also, I've really... Oh god. Oh god. I've been spending, like... It's been almost 30 minutes, and I have not touched a single video game. I need to change that. Wait a minute. Like, I don't really want to apologize for that, because like it feels nice to just talk again. Like it feels nice just to talk on stream again. I honestly like, despite all the stress and everything, I really do miss it. I miss this feeling a lot, because it just kind of feels like I'm not dying on the inside or just trying to compete with anyone. I'm just trying to vibe, kinda. So let me pray. Also, please let me know if the game is like too loud or too quiet, because there's a lot of times where I genuinely can't tell.
Those who still have faith in justice and honor, valor and goodness call out his name. The ultimate superhero. The only one who can save the world from extinction.
There's no screen for a second, so I thought I heard a understandable.
Oh, me?
Which reminds me, because work has been killing me the past 2 months, I forgot that technically, even though it's like, I think 11 days past that mark, I've been streaming for like a year, which kind of throw Discord add a new layer protection to hack links to make TOS. Oh, nice. But the weird thing about all this is just that like I meant to have streamed Beautiful Joe 2 at this point before I'd go back to 1, because initially, like, my plan was like there are games I play yearly, and Beautiful Joe is one of them. Like I always do one complete run of it a year because I love the game a lot. Same with Sonic Adventure DX. Like the main difference is that I'm nostalgic for Beautiful Joe because I played it when I was like a little kid at the age of 4. Never beat it until I was like 16, and GameFly let me rent it again. But Sonic Adventure DX was something I had never played until I was like 16, and I really enjoyed it more than I thought it was, and it was at what I'd argue was like the peak of people going, the adventure games are awful. I feel like playing Portal on stream someday. That would actually be cool to see, Otter, honestly. But yeah, Adventure DX was something I never grew up with. Like, I didn't grow up with like a lot of Sonic games, so most of them I ended up playing either throughout middle or high school or college or now. Like, I didn't play Lost World until a couple months after COVID. Yeah, I played the Wii U demo of Lost World before it came out, and then I didn't touch it again until like I got it on Steam for like an anniversary, like a big Sonic sale, where I also got like Generations and like the pinball mode for like $1.70. Oh, they did have an ad for Piano 3. So let me... Again, I kind of can't tell if things are too loud or too quiet without someone telling me. Alright, so here's the... Like, this is gonna be a multi-game stream. Okay, sounds good. Alright. Well, this is gonna be like another one of those multi-game streams, but like I will definitely come back and beat it like another day for like the yearly run. But this is just the one to fuck around. And solely just a quick bit of just laughing at me getting bodied. Because I had a horrible idea. So, in the first game and only the first game, when you beat the game on progressively harder difficulties, you unlock characters. So, I'm like, yeah, didn't realize Alistair was playable. Yeah, I think you automatically get Alistair if you beat V-rated, and I think the same with Captain Blue? But yeah, Alex, I'm going to be playing as Sylvia. And I'm actually going to run down what's different. So Joe is your standard, obviously. The game is literally just the same game I played like a year ago. Nothing different in terms of stats or anything, unless you like choose a higher or lower difficulty. So, actually no, I'm going to run over Sylvia last, because that's actually the choice I'm going to be making. Alistair is kind of also the same as Joe, but not only does he have a hover, and have things like air raid and shit like that, but his transformation works like a double trigger. So to manage your VFX, you also have to learn when to like unhenshin and then not use your VFX, or when to henshin and use your VFX. Couple that with zoom, and honest to God, he's the most complex character here, which I don't like playing him, but I can really admit I love his concept to death. Captain Blue is honestly the most simple. You get one jump. I think he does also have the float from his boss fights. But the issue is that he can't see the hit markers, which is what would happen if you play on anything higher than V-rated, if I remember right. So yeah, you just gotta guess on the animation before they kind of swing at you. And for like the later enemies that do combo strings, oh god, I don't even want to imagine how you deal with those. And Sylvia, well, she moves double speed, but the issue is that she deals half damage and takes double damage. So obviously, we're going to be making the wrong choice. And I did think about putting it on V-rated for like a couple minutes before gaming over and then backing out to adults mode. But I don't know if I want to. And there's no way, like, you can't pay me to touch Ultra V rated. Like, I am not that good at the game, and I cannot deal with not seeing hit markers. Like, it's so weird. You know, I'll get my ass kicked in V rated just to show off how it is. Because Sylvia would be like playing. Yeah, she's literally just the equivalent of playing Chip in this game, Otter. Especially in higher difficulties, because in higher difficulties, enemies have more health and deal more damage. I'm also just gonna let the cutscene rock because, you know, the cutscenes are still technically the same, they just have new dialogue and character model replacements. Also, prepare for random bits of voice acting just kind of played in reverse.
Captain Blue fights with every ounce of his being. He fights against the dark forces of evil for what is right. This is all that Blue has ever wanted, to do the right thing.
Just how flimsy your sense of justice is, Captain Blue. Now I lose. The world is mine.
No, Alex, that's not a glitch. This is what happens when you play this is what happens when you play Sylvia. She just magically has a sister named Goldie. And actually gives a shit about the movie. For some reason. Like, and as far as I know, this is like the only time Sylvia's referenced as having a twin. Who just apparently does not wear glasses. Backward voice, yeah, and the backward voices are for everyone, including Dante in the PS2 version. You know, and also considering, like, Red Hot Rumble, the only real voice acting is, like, on the menus and just in the actual gameplay. You could really tell these games were made on a budget. I don't know why they do that. Because it's cheaper than getting the voice actors back in. That, and honestly, it's a lot goofier that way. Though I would have liked it if they got the VAs back in. That means I would have gotten to hear more Mikey Kelly in this game as Alistair. What's funny about it to me is that there's some of the words in the sentences that they do actually say in game. Like we've heard Sylvia say Daddy and Joe before in game, so they could have played those clips normal. But I guess just make it all garbled backwards so, you know, it's consistent. Which, to be fair, it takes way less time. Oh shit, 7 days until the new Kirby game. Oh god, it really is the 18th. Wait. Circles? Wait a minute. This is set up wrong.
Take 5.
Also, that frog, if it would have hit me, would have killed me immediately. Like, that frog I punched away, that would have killed me in one shot if I didn't already know it was there. What was the last game Oh, the last game I played on this, it was probably Ultimate Muscle, which is why Y and X were switched as buttons. That explains why O was punch. Instead of being the word Bayonetta layout where, like, triangle was punch.
Just go for it!
Of course I damn it.
Ready?
Of course I fuck it up at the start. Talk as if I had the whole first room downloaded just to die because I'm not used to Sylvia's running speed. Look at this!
Cut!
Like,
Ready? Action!
I am already on my last life. Look at this. Look at this E. Look at that evil. I felt it with you. Yeah, because, you know, everything for her currently is like one-hit death. That was me being stupid. Look at this E. Oh, I can just outrun them? Yeah. Oh no, that was a full V. But yeah, you can see why V-rated is the way it is.
Just go for it!
Nice try.
free. No one hits me like that except your mother. I feel bad for Joe.
Say the word.
It's a rare case of words not played backwards.
Henshin!
Yeah, the couple cases of the words not being played backwards.
Want some? Come and get it.
And since she's double speed, I'll still need to abuse the slide for mobility, but have to do it less.
Yummy!
Oh, they show up here. Lord! Like, Otter, your pardon me, sir, would have been better time for here, because... Lord? Sir? I don't even think he died. He didn't. Okay, now Joker, how I deal with him, do not. Just don't even give him a chance to breathe. Bully him. He's dead. He cannot hurt you anymore. Money. Also, fun trick, like, if you don't remember, like, if no one was either here for the first stream or just don't remember the trick, when you get far enough from money, it just auto-tracks to you, so you don't really have to worry about it that much. So let me... An A on time, but you know what? It's worth it. I'm out here trying to live. Look at that. Cheerleader superior. Yeah. Honestly, the more I think about how Sylvia's getup is more like cheerleader-esque, the more I think it kind of makes sense, because even though this only counts for, like, the dub of the anime, like, in the anime for the dub, considering for some reason Kids WB got their hands on the property, they changed her name to Go-Go Sylvia instead of, you know, the usual name Sexy Sylvia, which honestly fits the outfit a lot more. This game's combat reminds you of a bar fight. That is a unique way of putting it. Hey. Don't think Sylvia would be considered sexy in that outfit. I mean, yeah. To be fair, like, wait, what was I saying? To be fair, that's not the words I meant. It's just one of those. Honestly, they're Amy Rowe, Big Head and everything. Yeah. To be fair on that front, everyone in this, every character that isn't a giant is practically just a bobblehead person. Which is still funny because, like, I think I mentioned it in the first stream, but this game and Phoenix Wright, like, at least the first one, are, like, forever linked towards each other. Like, they have the same main artist, they have one of the same main composers, that sadly never came back for either series, apparently. Which is weird, because apparently the main artist for this in, like, the first Ace Attorney was, like, a boys' love author, which makes it even kind of weirder. Like, to me, it was always just a funny concept. Oh yeah, I need to hit the switch again. Yeah, because you're not getting me to fight those dudes on that platform and live. Huh, time was gonna be an A. So they figured that would take me a while at least.
Just go for it.
Do the spins. Up. Wait, which paint? Oh, the naked one? Thought they were sick. Oh, I am so glad I saw that. Oh lord, I was looking at my phone. Oh. At least I got the V rank anyway. You know, I'm doing good on V rated for someone who A, hasn't touched this game in months, and B, is literally playing, literally just dancing with death. Now I'm prepared to not be doing well with her. Please drop enemies. Oh yeah, the first 2 shots don't count as actual bullets. That's actually a lot smart. It's a lot more thought that I put into it. I gotta get a V-dodge. Ooh. Yay. Ooh. That would be bad. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. Wait. Oh. Give me. Just give me. Nah, I need these. Beautiful Gels on DVD. Yeah. I think the whole first season was actually released on DVD. And the whole second season can't be because, for some reason, no one ever salvaged it, even in Japan. Yeah, even in Japan where they got a second season, nobody salvaged it really, so the best we have is like old crappy recordings off of like YouTube from like nearly 20 years ago at this point. In a couple years. Like, yeah, that, oh god, in a couple years. Oh god, in 3 years, 2005 will have been 20 years ago. Oh yeah, it was on PSP UMD, because Red Hot Rumble also was.
Move on.
I'm more proud of myself that after a game over I actually did really good on that first section. That never happens. Okay. I'm just gonna nip those in the bud. Also, fun fact, Red Hot Rumble has anime characters in it? Yeah, because it was made for the anime specifically. That's why Sprocket's in there, even though, sadly, she's not voiced by Wendy Lee. Like she is in the anime. I am playing a dangerous game here. Okay. We take those. Enemies spawn in, like, around here. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kick. 1, 2. No one else? Okay.
Wash. Ask skin no you've matched me. I know you there, I know what. Mark Gary.
Just go for it!
Come on, my friend. Nice try.
I was doing so well.
Ready? Action.
With people getting fat in anime or showing errors in the shows airing Cartoon Network seems to have been an uncomfortable trend. Wait, in what way do you mean? Because I'm confused. Oh. Punched in the groin fatality. I am very mad about that one. Because imagine that literally on fire. What do you mean I died? Just... Oh. Oh, I got screwed over by the input. Thanks. Ooh. Okay. Up, down, up, down. Should have. There have been shows in the early 2000s. Oh yeah, I understand. Yeah, but like I can't deny that. Oh, you can just full combo them like that. That is tech to take note of. I kinda thought they'd snap out of it before you could actually kill them.
Just
Alright.
go for it.
Cut!
I'm sorry.
Ready? Action!
Did he do...
Take 5.
So on Game Over, I'm switching games. Nah, that was foul. He Captain Blue kicked before he even got on screen, then proceeded to fall off the barrel and frame one uppercut. I didn't know that could happen if you just stood next to the barrel. That's what I get for thinking I was safe, I guess. Like, fuck me for thinking I was safe. Oh my god. It doesn't matter because the next hit I'm dying. Lord. Down, up, down. Wait, can you not go back here? You can't! Lord. Oh yeah, I don't have Mach speed yet because I keep dying. Ooh. Do it. Anyone else? Okay. So let me just...
Just go for it.
There we go.
Cut!
Yeah, let's...
That's a wrap.
Yeah, that's prime reason to not. Just don't with. Just don't. Just don't be rated with Sophia if you love yourself. Like, it's a funny idea for like the first 10 minutes, and then you get into it, you start really feeling yourself, and then you die in like 2 hits, and you're just sitting there like, oh. I know Sam Show said embrace death, but I'm not a Sam Show player. So that's highly unfortunate for me. Oh god, I forgot it actually shows what's on my Dolphin now. Every time I close the emulation. Actually, why not? Let's play Dragon Knight. or as I like to call it, the game that makes me have to fight the urge to call it what it actually is. Because this game is certainly a video game Aiding put out in like 2009.
Kamen Rider, Dragon Knight.
Madness. So this is Kamen Rider Dragon Knight. If you've seen me play a Climax Heroes game or seen a Climax Heroes game, you'll notice so many assets are either made for this game or reused. And I'll show off later why this game kinda makes me upset through proxy. You're gonna see later on tonight. No, don't worry. It's not even gonna be that much later, because I'm kinda just gonna try and do like an arcade run. See what characters I kinda like playing, do an arcade run, and then leave it at that, and then move on to the next game. So, like, what are our characters? We got Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight is the greatest American Kamen. To be fair, Alex, from what I know, that bar is not high. Because the only other adaptation I'm aware of where they tried to bring it to America was, actually, part of being the only... Actually, I think they tried to bring it Black RX over. Because there's this old clip that I see circulating on Twitter every once in a while where it's just a bunch of the OG Showa-era writers doing, like, a roll call. And then you have, like, V3 going, "I'm Warrior Commander." And you got most of them being actively wrong. I don't even remember who they said Amazon was, because I still just remember the "I am Amazon." But yeah, this is like the only USA released Kamen Rider game, and you'd think, oh, since it's a Kamen Rider game and the last two games before this were like Climax Heroes Original and Double, obviously it'd be a copy and paste job of those.
Let's do this. Understood.
What if I told you no? Because despite being a copy and paste job of those, it's a copy and paste job of another game series they were doing yearly at the same time. Once I hit a backdash, you'll know exactly what game this is more so based on. Any Aiding fans or licensed Wii and GameCube game fans, you don't well, Bloody Roar, yeah? I mean, you're right. They share the same engine, but the joke I was getting at was Clash of Ninja. But you're kind of more right on the Bloody Roar, because that did come first. Like, yeah, just from the backflip alone, and I assume everyone has it. Well, then again, I've only played as Ryuki. But yeah, this was a video game to find out about, because I thought it was shovelware at first. Because, you know, Americanized Kamen Rider. I didn't think any highly of it. Honestly, I didn't have a high opinion or anything of it. I don't have an opinion. I never watched Dragon Knight. I didn't have the channel for it. Just want to say Bloody Roar for understandable. Yeah, this game is... It's very weird. Because, like, to give you an example of how the controls are laid out, it's kind of more like later Climax Heroes, but also not, because it's still like Clash of Ninja. So, like, I'm referencing this on PS4 control. Yuliki looks like she should flip burgers, oh god. But, like, in terms of controls, squares is your light attack. X is your heavy attack, like how it is in, like, Climax Heroes games, I think starting from O's. Triangle is your advent. You can also do that while blocking as basically like, you know, alpha counter. And A is how you use, like, your cards. Right stick is how you shift through them. unlike Climax Heroes, after like a certain game, I forget which one. I think it is O's where. Yeah, I think it is O's where combo canceling becomes like R2. It's L2 in this. Imagine how much this fucks with my muscle memory. Imagine how much this messes with my muscle memory that it's on L2 instead of R2. And I don't think I can change it. Actually, let me go. Actually, after this, let me go in the options to try. So grab is very weird because it doesn't work how, like, it does not work like how it's supposed to, how it does in Clash of Ninja or Climax Heroes. In Clash of Ninja, since it's GameCube orientation, you press whatever you have mapped to the Y button. This game is weird because it has the Street Fighter grab, specifically like the third strike grab, the Skullgirls grab, where it's like, you know, light punch and light kick, except it's both normal, so light and heavy together. So on a PlayStation controller, it'd just be square and X at the same time. But you can't do it backwards, you can only do it forwards. Which, to be fair, there's no, like, back grabs in Climax Heroes already. But there's, like, a clear throw and throw whiff animation if you just do, like, back and heavy. And that, even though, like, in the first two games it used to be forward and heavy. Like, it's a very weird concept to get used to. And something else I was actually going to say is that, honestly, this game is more of a mix of Clash of Ninja and the original PS1 Kamen Rider Ryuki game. Because cards work the exact same way, unless you're knocked down or time runs out. Well, actually, no, I don't even think there was a timer on them in the PS1 game. If time runs out or you're knocked down, you lose that vent. And the vent is, it's literally, you can't use it for the rest of the round, not rest of the match. So like strike vent and sword vent, those are gone forever until like the round ends, which I technically can't do because it's training. Like, and as far as I know, everything's like pretty explained in what they do. Sword gives you a sword, strike gives you like the dragon head, which can shoot fire and stuff. Confine means you can lock one of their cards up like for the rest of the round. Guard, I'm assuming, has to do with extra defense. I'm gonna be real with you, even in Climax Heroes, I don't feel like that shit does anything. Probably just eliminates like chip damage and or like block decay. Or like taking guard damage. Like your guard actively taking damage. I'm sorry, like I'm not sure if I'm explaining it clear enough. Or like actually comprehensive enough. And then you got your final event card. If you whiff that, you're not getting it again in the next round. This music, but yeah, it's all, as far as I know, most if not all of the music and not most of the animations, but all of the music is left over from Climax Heroes original and double. I need to start just saying Climax Heroes in double because that's a lot faster than how I'm wording it. And because, wait, no, there is a reset. Yeah, selects the reset. Because, you know, how far does this actually move me? Not much. Can I do it from neutral? Yeah, I can. Yeah, and I'm fairly certain that's like straight up taken from double. I'm just gonna start referencing it as like I'm just gonna start referencing the first game as double because to be real, it plays the exact same. They just added double because his season was right after Decade and they both came out the same year. Yeah, and I think in terms of controls, that's pretty much it. There's also, you know, literally the Clash of Ninja sidestep, complete with it being the same exact animation, with the same exact speed and same exact push. Like, they really didn't hide the fact that this was mostly stuff taken from Clash of Ninja, despite technically being a Climax Heroes game. You know, I'll probably actually... Because, you know, I'm curious about Camo, who's called, like, Verde. Consider trying out Clash Ninja. Otter, please do. Like, I know there's a Discord for the mod for GNT4 that I'm not in anymore because my original Discord got hacked, but I'm sure you can find it through, like, Twitter or, like, Hippo GNT, who's, like, a really cool... He plays those games often, and I think he does have, like, a hand in the Super Clash of Ninja 4 mod. And there's also, GNT Special for the Wii, which is considered the most broken game and was the final Clash of Ninja ever released, which I think it's worth playing due to, you know, characters that weren't in the prior EX games, and honestly, I just think that game's cool, even if I don't play it that much. Same with Super GNT4. But, like, going over changed character names real quick, obviously, you know, Dragon Knight, because kids wouldn't know, and the States, like, Ryu means dragon. Ultimate Clash of Ninja. Wait, Alex, what do you mean there's an Ultimate Clash of Ninja? I didn't hear about this. But I kind of hope they keep it under wraps, because... I really hope they keep it under wraps. Because I don't want shit like that getting striked down. Like, I hope they announce it when it's done, or when it's mostly done, and have, like, a playable demo out. Because at least then some of it will be preserved. At least like that Symphogear Arena Fighter. You can look it up, it's Sushi 2. That's something to keep in mind. But back to going over changed names. So I already brought up that I've been calling him Ryuki the whole time, because I'm not calling him Dragon Knight. Knight, which was for some reason called Wing Knight, they may as well have just called him Bat Guy or something else at that point, because his name was already Knight. Like, he didn't need wing attached to it. Torque, whose original name was Zolda, which is apparently he was named that. Oh, he already released a demo? Okay, well, I gotta be on that after the stream. But Torque, whose original name was Zolda. And by the way, I also need to clarify, I haven't watched Ryuki outside of the first 3 episodes, so I only know these characters through their appearance in Climax Heroes and, like, Batride War Genesis. Like, I don't know much about these characters. Like, the only 2 I know by, like, actual name are Ryuki Shinji Kido and Knight Ren Akiyama. So yeah, Zolda's original name was based on, like, I think either the French, Russian, or Italian, I forget which, word for soldier, which is soldat. Which is a pretty neat factoid, I guess. Scissor, who was named in Scissor, so the name, it still works. Camo, who became Verde. Well, no. Camo, whose name was originally Verde. Which, I can go either or, because he's a chameleon and he's green, so both names work. The one that confuses me the most is Siren, because apparently she doesn't have any, like, sound-based techniques in either thing, like, American or Japanese. Like, she's just called Siren here, but her original name was Femme. And if I remember right, I think she is the first female Kamen Rider. Sadly, also, like, if I remember right, the only female Kamen Rider to be in a playable state in any game at this point. Which is weird, because Fourze had one called Nadeshiko, and I know X8 had one in Poppy, and technically Nico. Technically Nico because the generic rider suit from the Kamen Rider Chronicle bit of the show. Sting, whose name was Raya. Siren can still be... I mean, I guess. But you're right, it's just that my brain just kind of doesn't think of it that way, because when I hear Siren, I think, you know, noise. Like, Raya, whose name I keep forgetting. Like, Sting was Raya. And Thrust was Guy, and I keep mixing up Raya and Guy solely because my brain goes Raya, because, you know, Guy's a rhino, so why would I think his name is Guy? And apparently, like, Raya's a manta ray? So that was just very weird to learn. Spear, whose original name was Emperor, not Emperor, Emperor. And the one that also confuses me the most Axe. He's based on a tiger. His name was literally Kamen Rider Tiger, and they decided Axe. There's also Strike, whose name was originally Oja. Like, I get changing his name. I don't like calling him Strike. I'm just gonna keep calling him Oja. Like, it's what I'm used to. And Odin, Raph. Raph is Odin. It's another one of those, the ones that I get, I just not a fan of. And then there's Onyx, the evil counterpart. Well, the Mirror World counterpart of Ryuki, whose original name was just Ryuga. And there's also Survive Ryuki and Survive Knight. That's it. That's all the characters. You know, I know he probably doesn't play any different, but let's try it.
Understood.
Could have called him Kamen Rider Beetleman. Oh god, no. Alex, please no. No. That's the same energy as Zipper Man. Oh no. Yeah, if I remember right, Ryuga's literally a copy and paste of Ryuki. Yeah. Yo, the black stripe vent looks kind of nice though. Blue Beetle is a Batman. Yeah. I just don't like the idea of just naming a character Kamen Rider. Insert word here, man. Then again, we have Kamen Riders with names like Saber, so like it works out. Actually, no, that was whole Kabuto. Oh god. What would... Oh god, they probably would have called Kabuto Beetleman if that's what they chose to adapt. Because that whole motif... Well, to be fair, the original motif was like a weird bug type deal, but that one was specifically like beetles, if I remember right. But there's no, if I remember right, Kabuto, Kabutops. I'm an idiot. I really stopped thinking.
Let's go. Understood.
But yeah, like I kind of assumed, Ryuga's just Ryuki again. But, you know, black. Meaning by default he has kind of a cooler color scheme and a better outfit by virtue of not being the Ryuki outfit, which isn't saying much because I don't like that outfit. Wait a minute, you're just Kuga. This is just Climax Heroes Double Kuga. Wait. Except that works differently now because that didn't ground bounce in Double or Vanilla. Like, what do you mean he's just Kuga? Yeah, these are just Kuga's strings. Wait, was that a double punch? No, it only hit once, but yeah, these are just Kuga's strings. Well,
This ends here.
because but they're all in the Dragon Knight. Kinda. Like, again, I've never watched the actual show, so I can't say anything about it. I know one of my friends has, like, the whole of it, apparently. And I do follow the guy who did, oh, he actually filmed it. Oh, I actually didn't know that. I just kind of assumed the battle footage would have been recycled for Ryuki. That's cool. Oh god, does this mean at some point tonight I have to play the Ryuki? No, I don't. I don't have to put myself through that. Like, I've played the Kabuto game on stream. I haven't played the Faiz game on stream. I don't want to play the Ryuki game on stream because it's just a worse version of the Faiz game. But I really don't. The music's really good. But then again, like, I think all the early Kamen Rider video games, I think most of the Kamen Rider video games have good music. Because, like, I haven't fully listened to the Memory of Heroes soundtrack, but I liked what I heard of that. I liked what I heard of Climax Fighter, but I didn't like that game. I did not like Climax Fighters. Remember that survival horde? Alex, I very much try to forget Seigi no Keifu. I don't like the idea of Resident Kamen Rider. I really don't. Like, I get it. Like, early Heisei was really dark in certain areas. But, man, I do not want anything like horror-themed out of a Kamen Rider game. Especially if it controls something like RE. Like, it feels so weird. Wait, that connects? Yeah, and since there's no specials in this game, I just gotta worry about connecting the strings. Yeah, there's the invisible. So I may be playing Camo. What do you mean I can just become my enemy? What do you mean I can just be them? Get ready for the dankest move in the game, let's go! Look at that, we needed a Kinnikuman move, but we only had 5 minutes and $20. The wrestling finisher of, we have a budget. Oh god. That's what I get for clicking into OBS. The game just decides to die. So, Camo was, string-wise, just double Kuga. Oh god. That's a revelation.
Alright, I'm down.
Because the only Kamen Rider games they would have had to work with, because Aiden didn't start making them until Climax Heroes, was Double and Vanilla. So... oh god, then what are your strings? Are these? Agito? These feel Agito-ish. Yeah, I think these are Agito strings. You deserve it. Okay. That's the 5 Scott show. Yeah, new battle balance, cell shading, a pixel filter, colors for the tracksuits, and remixes in game. I hate how I can recite that by heart, and I don't even play the game that often. Doesn't look nearly as ugly. Yeah. Like, I don't. Street Fighter V's graphics hit me in waves because there are characters I think that look good. Like, I think Sakura looks good, I think Ryu looks Ryu. Chun-Li looks fine. Cammy looks fine. And then you get, like, the new characters for it look fine. I don't like how Colin looks outside of story mode cutscenes, I'm gonna be honest with you. She's the only, like, newcomer whose design I absolutely hate. Because Abigail was already ugly, so I can't really be mad at him being ugly in a 3D environment instead of a 2D environment. Armika, she's my girl, but Lord what they did to her face made me so mad. Like, she looks so jank. Like, they messed up Poison. Honestly, I don't hate how Poison looks in 5, oddly enough. She's also another one of the characters I label under, you know, my girl. Like, I like Poison a lot in general. And no, it's not really because Street Blunder. I just kind of, I don't know, I just kind of like her in general. Like, I've always just been fond of her original design. Like, I feel like you can put her in, like, a shit ton of costumes and no matter what, she could pull it off. Ken's whole face was messed up. Ken's whole face was just a redo. Poison design was pretty oof outside of the shade from the best. I don't mind the new design. Like, honest to God, it's just kind of anything to hide that face. Again, personally, I didn't find her face too bad. Again, my usual Street Fighter main when Street Fighter's in anything is Ken. So, if it didn't hit me like how Ken's face hit me, I kind of file it under. Like, my brain just kind of goes, it's a thing. Like, I can live. Like, I'm not gonna lie and say she looks amazing. Like, they could have done so much better. But they fucked my boy Ken up, and I still have yet to recover. It's been 6 years. I wanted to say 5, but no, the game dropped in like 2016. It's been about 6 years. Hey, what does OJ got going for him? Wait, are these? Are these 5 strings? Are these 5 strings, game? Are these the strings from my boy Takumi Inui of Kamen Rider Fies? Oh my god, I think it is. Well, I'm playing Oja. I'm legally required to play Oja now. I legally have to do an arcade run as Oja. Kinda funny how faces typically are. Capcom messes up in Street Fighter V when they do literal patches dedicated to certain. Yeah. I kinda wish there was. Well, actually, I haven't checked, but I kinda wish there was more of like a whole face fix mod for like a lot of characters. Where the faces are like rearranged in a way that looks better. Because again, some characters look good, and then other characters look horrible. Bodies are fine. Yeah, it's mainly just the faces being weird and inconsistent. I'll never forget the banana. Yeah, which sucks because I like his hairstyle in 5. Like, I honestly think Ken with like a top ponytail is unironically really cool looking, and I'm sad they messed that up that bad. never win KOF 14. I wasn't actually a KOF fan when that happened, so I only ever played the game, like, post those patches. Whoa! But yeah, I have seen the comparison shots from the game day one to the, I think kind of changed his hair a bit with the ponytail stayed.
The thrill of the
Okay, because I never really noticed that they changed the hair because I was so used to the banana hair meme that I just kind of thought it was still there. If it's not, then that's my bad. But then again, I play Sakura in that video game. Like, from what I felt out of all of the cast, I like most of them, but Sakura's the one. Which is funny because I think retroactively I've actually liked Sakura the most out of all the Shotos, despite, oddly enough, liking Sean the most and then realizing, oh, that's what Third Strike did to this man. Counter grabs. Woo! Had to be a bit more detailed, like a little less solid. Can't use. Oh, this is his final then, isn't it? No, this is it. Wow. Also, something I kind of appreciate, you can whiff normals to get meter in this. Which is something I was not expecting them to give to me. Yeah. Ouch. Whoa! Oh shit. The fated battle.
You really think you can beat me? You're going down.
Died in a fiery explosion. Honestly, the biggest shock to me when my friend Shadow just started, like, getting me into Kamen Rider is how many of those fiery explosions these people can survive in the suit and just kind of not die. Like, the amount of stuff these people go through, like, in a fight is just insane to me. Then it gets crazier the more I realize some Kamen Riders are just broken. Like how Emu is literally God because Hyper Muteki exists. Or how Chrono is also a god because time stopped. And it's more efficient than Dio because there's not a time limit on it. Or, you know, Mighty Creator VRX, who can literally create everything. Well, not everything, but anything, pretty much. Like, there's just a lot to think about. Like, I'm not, like, the power scaling death battle kind of dude. I've never really liked that stuff. But it's just very weird to think about. Then there's the Kamen Rider who is two dudes. Yeah, Double. Double, which is getting an anime this summer, which means at some point I gotta go through Double, which I was planning to anyway, because I like the idea of just like a detective agency that consists of one guy who's trying real hard to sell that he's a hard-boiled detective, and literally Google Boy. Just kind of searches for answers through keywords and then just kind of activates Planet Google, as one of my friends put it, and it's like, I watched one episode of it a couple months back. I feel like I'll really enjoy it when we get around to it. Then I can say for sure, like, after this arcade run, I want to load up, like, the Double game just to show off how Double was fucked up in the bad way. Because he reeks of we only had a couple months of development time. Come on, what are you gonna do, Zelda? Also, I don't think those are unblockable. Because I've tried to block them every time, and even in Climax Heroes, I don't think they're blockable. Also, bye, Zelda. Yeah, hold these kicks to the chest real quick. Ow. Ow.
Bye-bye.
See, now watch me play him in a Climax Heroes and then absolutely hate how Oja plays. Because I don't like playing any Ryuki Rider in those games.
Nice place to get vented. Better fight me to the end.
The Great Kabu Rider finally gets to the end, like, it's a great Kabu Rider finally gets to the end, like Ultraman did. Yeah. I mean, apparently there have been a couple, but it was mostly, like, for Deno and, like, the older ones from the show era. This is Clash of Ninja map reskin. Yeah. Also, something funny I also kind of realized, I haven't seen, like, any name of, like, the composer or, like, sound studio. I actually probably get their names through this game, considering a lot of this is reused Climax Heroes music anyway. But three-way deadlock, new map. Oh god, you're right! No, Alex, you're actually right. I didn't think about that. This is just three-way deadlock, huh? But I'm fairly certain, because of the way some songs in the soundtrack sound, I'm highly certain that at least one or two of the Senran Kagura composers did work for the Climax Heroes games. Wait a minute. I'm fairly certain at least one or two of the Senran composers worked on this game, because the beach theme, the forest theme, they sound way too much like they belong to Senran characters instead. Like, I can feasibly hear that playing in the background of a game. Oh hey, Xaviax. I don't know his original Japanese name, I've never seen this guy, actually. Oh yeah, it is the Revolution screen translation. Transition. Damn it, I wish I still had Revolution 1 downloaded. What's funny is that I do actually own a physical copy of Revolution 2. This is a Heap of Soul map. You know... Alex, that honestly makes more sense than what me and my friends say, because oh my god, oh my god, either Heat the Soul or the Great Naruto Bridge. No, actually you're right, the bridge up there may actually just be the Great Naruto Bridge, but no, this is more than likely a Heat the Soul map if that's the case. But honestly, like, me and my friends usually went, oh, it's the one stage from Project Justice on the Dreamcast. Which, you know, Aiding didn't make, but they still worked a lot with Capcom, so they probably shared a ton of assets. Oh yeah, I forgot, this is like Clash of Ninja, I can just neutral block. Which you can't do in Climax Heroes. Ooh. Hold on.
You will stop.
What's wrong?
Defeated by literally no brain power. Remember Dual Heroes? There's a character named Dual Heroes? That name sounds vaguely familiar.
So close.
Dual Heroes. That feels like something I've heard of. N64 fighting game. I think I may have played it once. Like as a kid. I just probably don't remember it. Because I remember that dragon one. Like that one that was apparently based on like a bunch of SNES games. Had Sentai parody characters. I don't think I remember that. I think I may have played that as like a small, not small kid, like 10. Oh, is ironically the green. Actually, yeah, I am curious. Who did the music? Like, show me the music people. Like, I understand the graphics people are important, the programming team's important. I need to know who that music is. I need to know who made that music. Yeah! Those are both Senran composers at the front. I know I wasn't bugging. I didn't even know they did work for Hating, and this was a Bang Zoom dub. Huh. So that proves it. That hunch I'd had for months that Climax Heroes was composed by the Senran composers. It's still kind of on me that I haven't listened to the whole of like a lot of the Senran OSTs. Like, I usually get addicted to like 1 or 2 tracks per soundtrack and then just kind of stay that way forever. Alex Coward, the localization manager? Excuse me? I'm sorry, did I read the name Alex Coward? Lord? Mayumi Dietrich. I'm not gonna lie, that one's creative. I applaud that person's parents for busting out the name Dietrich. Oh no, this did come out in Europe. Actually no, I don't think a Japanese version of this game exists. Which is funny because the game, like the series did, like Dragon Knight itself did get a Japanese dub, to those who don't know. Which is funnier for me because apparently the girl who played Mari in Kamen Rider Faiz actually played Femme in the dub of Dragon Knight. Like, I'm sorry I keep thinking about it, but it's so weird to me. Like, this game came out 2 years before Senran was, like, fully a thing? So it feels so surreal to realize, oh yeah, by that logic, Kamen Rider and Senran are just kind of linked in this very weird, obscure way. Because that's how my brain works. It's like how technically Higurashi and Kamen Rider are united solely for the fact that Yukari Tamura has voiced a couple characters in both. And, the live-action actor for Kamen Rider Mach from Drive played Keiichi in a live-action Higurashi adaptation on TV. Meaning that people have seen Kamen Rider Mach with a dress on, and that's just kind of funny. Okay, so let me load up Double. just to kind of show how scuffed Double, the namesake of that game, actually is. There we go. Yeah, so you want to see a cool character kind of be garbage, because you could really tell this game was made a couple months after original, especially since it's the same exact title screen, except Double's more in the front now.
検査トレーニングモードハードボイルドにこなしてやるよ
See a rare footage of me showing off Climax Heroes original and Double again.
キーワードはキャラクター戦
Beat up the end. Actually, no. Considering I've actually been watching Kiva with friends recently, I'm beating up Ixa. So I can either be Heat Metal or Luna Trigger. I'll choose Luna Trigger.
ステージを選んでね
Also, just to quickly go over the controls, because this also counts for like vanilla. The controls are different. Square is light punch. Triangle's heavy. X is a thing. Like, it's kind of super, but not. Circle is special. This stays consistent throughout the whole of... That stays consistent throughout the whole of Climax Heroes. Up is jump, which does not stick around by the time Super comes. Like, it sticks around up until Super comes out in, like, 2012. Like, and variations on how you press circle, like, with directions and shit count. So Double's whole thing is, like, you know, switching the Gaia members and becoming different forms. Also, rider canceling, or as I kind of called it by mistake a lot, combo canceling, is done by double tapping forward, so it's basically a dash cancel. You can also combo into grabs in the first two games, which is something you can only do here, and I'm kind of sad they got rid of it. It's not like it even did that much damage either, so... Because you have like 3 health bars in this game. But yeah. So my issue with Double in these games, in this game, is that he sucks. Like, he's probably not actually that bad in the grand scheme of things, but I hate playing as him. Because he doesn't have anything related to, like, his stick. Like, his sticks. Like, also, charging was, like, hold down initially up until Super Climax Heroes, where it was press select. But, like... So this is just how you change forms. Down in A. Or on a PS4 controller, down in circle. So since I can be like... How do I actually change into Heat? Because I know it, like, down A lets you switch to, like, the other secondary parts. So I have Cyclone Metal, Cyclone Trigger, and then just regular Cyclone Joker. Was it one of the triggers? It was L2. Oh yeah, I chose Luna Trigger. where it's like a limited time thing. Finally.
決まったな。
Can you tell this character was kind of made on a budget? Like, I don't think he's bad. I should rephrase it. I don't think he's full-on bad. I just hate how he plays, which is honestly more accurate what I meant to say. That and also jumping in the first two climax games were cracked. Like, look at his jump speed. Look at his run speed. Like, as far as I know, Cyclone Trigger doesn't really give you like a speed boost or anything. Like, Mans is just like this. Also, because he only practically has one string, yeah, so he practically only has one string. Like, for each button, he just kind of has one string, which is kind of why I don't like how he plays in this. 1, 2, 3. Hmm.
ゾクゾクするね。
Like, he's still, like, very playable. He can do things. I just don't like the things he does. Also, every side special just does maximum drive. Didn't really need to be said, like, you can see that for yourself, but... like, doubles is very weird. In a game where weird characters already exist. Because, you know, Kamen Rider itself is actually pretty weird. Obviously, I didn't need to say it, but you get what I mean. Whoa, 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 what's this? I didn't see that last time I played it. This. Ooh! I may be wrong, like I very much am often. That was kind of saucy. No, fuck Luna Joker. Give me Luna Metal. Like, what do you mean? 1, 2.
ゾクゾクするね。 まだだ。メモリブレイク。
If I remember right, what is the super button? Is it R2? Yes, it is. God, I love that kick. Yeah, so I kind of got to take what I said back. He's not bad, but he reeks of we made him in such a short time limit. it was one of those cases of me talking out my ass because I don't like how a character feels personally. So now that I've shown that off, time to get mad at the fact that Ryuki's a thing sometimes. So the reason I get mad, you'll obviously see. Like, I could load up O's and show you, but I'd load up Super Climax and show you, because that, as far as I know, has like the biggest roster out of all these games. Oh, I could just switch it to Dolphin and then switch it back to the actual game window. That's actually a lot easier than what I was trying to do. And I know I technically could have showed this off in the PSP version, but I didn't feel like doing that shit. I'm giving you the version of the game people more often play. So where are they at? Okay. So remember how I said, you know, the Dragon Knight game was made in 2009 for America and Europe? So it turns out they really still had like a lot of assets. And by a lot, I mean all of them. Because we're just going to walk through how many Ryuki characters are in this game. And I'm pretty sure the number remains unchanged from O's. So we have Ryuki himself, obviously. We got Knight. We got Zolda. That's 3. We got Scissors. That's 4. Fem, 5. Oja, 6. Emperor, 7. Tiger, 8. Odin, 9. Verde, 10. Ryuga, 11. Who was a clone of Ryuki, by the way. So, he shouldn't even be here. Guy, 11. Raya, 12. What do you mean you put 12 Ryuki riders in this game? Aiding for what reason? Founded by a rider form from Black RX's guard crush things that lead to oh god, Otter. Oh no. But yeah. Actually, wait. Actually, no. I can't count. That's 13 counting Ryuki. For a second, I forgot how to count because I was mad. So because like 3 years before this and like a year before O's came out, Dragon Knight was being made, which more than likely is why Double is as slapdash as it is. Yeah, 13 is a character. 13 is a lot in an already pretty bloated roster. Cause you think about it, like Hibiki has like a couple too many riders, but it's fine. But you get things like, you know, Nega Den-O and New Den-O. Wherever New Den-O is, where's his ass? There is. That were apparently really shafted in this game despite being like newer and or movie forms. That Double only got like what, 4? Which, fair enough. Like, cause there's like an oddly weird, there's a decent distribution of riders here though. That's my issue. Cause like Kuga there was only 1 rider, Kuga. Agito there were only 3 riders, minus like another Agito. But you got Agito, G3X, which, high key, I feel like you could cut him out of any game he's in and it would immediately be better. I haven't played the PS1 game yet, but eh. And Gills. You know, that makes sense, like. Then for the next up, Ryuki, you have 13 characters for no reason other than their assets were done. And then for Fives, which is after that, you just get 3 because there were only like 3 riders excluding Saiga and Orga, which were movie exclusive. And then, like, for Blade, you get like, what, 3? Yeah, 3. But you see what I mean? Like, why does Ryuki get 13? Like, that's ridiculous. And this roster's already big because Forza, the game before Super, added, like, the Showa riders, too. So you got Ichigo, you got Nigo, you got V3, you got Amazon, you got Black and Black RX, Shadow Moon. Like, and you're telling me these 13 characters were worth making the cut? Like, honest to God, you could keep Knight, you can keep Emperor, you can keep Fem, you can keep, like, Oja, and obviously Ryuki himself. You could have given them, like, 6 riders and it would have been fine. But they decided to not keep the whole roster of Dragon Knight. Meanwhile, some shows get hyper shafted. Like, where's Beast from Wizard? Not here. Where's Nadeshiko from Forza? Because Forza was done by the time of this game's release. Not here. Closest that comes to... Yeah, Kabuto also has too much. Like, in my opinion, like, I like the Kabuto riders more than the Ryuki ones, but I can agree that 8 is, like, a lot. Like, Dark Kabuto doesn't really need to be here. He's practically a clone. Yeah, if I remember, he is practically a clone, like, story-wise and gameplay-wise. Get rid of Drake and the Hopper. No, Otter, I can't say that solely because I like playing as the Hopper brothers. Like, that's literally a character bias thing. Like, I'm sorry. Drake, I don't remember how I feel about him. I know his theme is really good in the PS2 Kabuto game. But I was also going to say, considering I played Dragon Knight earlier, let me show off why specifically I'm not a fan of playing Ryuki riders. And because, you know, outside of Ixa, the only rider I can say I outright hate is Kaiza. We'll beat him up. So you'd think, oh, well, the cards would work the exact same, right? No. They don't. Because like I said earlier, Climax Heroes has a special button, which Dragon Knight didn't have. So how do I use the weapons? Your special button. Now, as far as I know, I don't think these have a time limit, or if they do, it's not nearly as strict as the Dragon Knight one, or the PS1 game. And as far as I know, I don't think they go away on knockdown, and you can always get... No, they do have a time limit. But you can at least always get them back because, you know, meter. You can always charge whenever you're down a bar. Like, you can hit your opponent. Like, you can get that back feasibly. Like, and this isn't, like, and what I'm doing right now isn't going, oh, this is why Ryuki riders are bad. They're not. I can't say that they're bad. I don't play this game like that. I like the game a lot, but I'm nowhere near, like, good or should be, like, understood as, like, the baseline of how to play these games. Like, there's the wiki, there's other discords, like, people equipped to talk about this shit more than me. So, like, don't take me as, like, an end-all, be-all, or, like, I'm a smart human. Like, because I'm really not. I'm just going off of what I feel. Problem comes in because Ryuki riders don't have a reliable way to get rid of red life. Huh. But yeah, some... This really is Dragon Knight, but... No! Honestly, Alex, no. Climax Heroes is a completely different beast. They look the same. Alex, having played Super Climax Heroes, knows solely because you have sidestepping, but the game technically has 3D movement. Like, it's not even Clash of Ninja at this point, it's actively its own thing. Which, I mean, is kind of a good thing because it did lean away from it. They do have an air special and throw, that's all they can do. Oh. I was gonna say, Otter's been in the Discord, so he obviously knows what he's talking about more than me in general. It's like, I'm not gonna contest him on anything, because I play these characters that often. Like, the idea is cool, I just don't like doing it. Though I can kind of say, I think this game has, if you took a screenshot from both, they'd look like the same series. I mean, you're not wrong. Like, you're right in that regard. My bad. It's just one of those things where when you play them and see them in motion, they're entirely different beasts despite looking similar. It's kind of like how you take a screenshot of any platform fighter and your brain would, and most people's brains would go, it's Smash Brothers. As in the HUD and immediate details you see at a glance are the same, but actually not. Yeah. I still have no idea what guard vent does outside of potentially, you know, shield me. Can I cancel that until I... No, I can. I can cancel that into a... If I remember right. Yeah, final card has to be by the ultimate. I could say one thing's for sure. I really do like how this looks like a PS3 game. I mean, for the Wii, that sounds like a compliment. It kind of doesn't sound like a compliment. And to be fair, you know, emulating it, so I'm upscaling it at least by like up to 720. That reminds me, I still need to eventually get Batch Ride or Genesis through like Japanese PSN, because I really like that game on Vita, but I want to play it at a better frame rate. Generally forgot this was PS2 for a second because the lag. Well, again, Alex, this was the Wii and PSP. Like, well, this is the Wii version. The PS2 only got the first game. Yeah, if this was PS2 emulation, this would not be running this well on my computer. Especially with OBS running, like, it'd be dying. Honestly, with how my computer's been the past couple of months, I'm shocked emulating things hasn't been killing it, honestly. So let me check out what Survive Mode's got going on. Because I have never touched Survive Mode with Ryuki or Knight. Okay. So I'm assuming, yeah. Ooh! Wait a minute. So if I hit climax time on that last hit, with the sword ban. So it has a funny... yeah. Aiding sound design is either really satisfying or really funny half the time, and I kind of love it. Because Zabuza's swords... like, Zabuza's sword swings from Clash of Ninja are ingrained into my brain ever since I was, like, 7. He gets a laser! What do you mean? What do you mean he just gets a laser game? Also, something I actually didn't show off in Climax in Double. So in the first game in Double, you could actually cancel out of your first hit of special. You could Rider cancel that. You can't do that because they decided that would be broken, in which they're right, but it's funny. So I kind of wish they kept it, because these games are all broken anyway. Like, these games are all not balanced. Aiding me with Climax here. Yeah. Like, again, like Alex, they were swamped in terms of development time. Like, they kind of still are. Because I know the last game they put out before they were working on DNF Duel was Zoids Wild for, like, the Switch. And that was like a 2020 release. They look completely... yeah. Because by the time 2010 came around and they were making O's, they started making it look a lot different, despite being shot from the same angle, so it didn't feel like jank, more combo-oriented Clash of Ninja. It became a lot smoother. This one looked a lot... yeah. That's also the benefit of having, like, 3 years of these games under their belt at that point. Yeah, like, I don't hate Ryuki Riders the more I touch them, but it's still just one of those, if I have a choice, I wouldn't play any of them personally. But now on to who I actually like playing. Faiz, because despite my mixed opinions on Faiz as a show, I really like a lot of the music, a lot of the a decent portion of like the main cast, and just a lot of that show stuck with me. Then, you know, the Faiz blast, like, look at that phone gun that he doesn't use in most of the games outside of the original PS2 game. Well, actually, not even in original Climax he doesn't use it. Like, it's only in Faiz's PS2 game where I notice he uses the phone gun by default as, like, a moveset. So this is Faiz, you know. Apparently, they gave his double strings to Oja in Dragon Knight, which is a very weird thing for me to think about. Just like how they gave Camo Kuga's vanilla strings, which is also weird to think about for me. But yeah, this is Faiz. Very, very understandable character. I like him a lot. Yes, it's because of his fighting style, and yes, I do appreciate it more after actually watching Faiz, despite I have a harsh opinion of the show because I don't hate it. There's obviously good parts about it. Again, the music, I like a good portion of the characters. I love the suit design. Like, the suits grew on me so much. It's just a lot of the story writing is... and a lot of the character writing later on when they try to make, like, tension and melodrama is really also bad. Like, there's a reason I beat up on Kaiza, and it's because he's actively one of the worst written characters I've seen in a minute. Because, like, his point is that he's terrible, but it's to a degree where I kind of stopped caring that that's his point and just hate him. I don't love to hate him. I hate him. Like, he has a cool suit and a cool theme. His actor is handsome as shit. I hate the character. What a stream ends, you got your host theme. It's the most generic Asian. Oh lord. Huh, I actually did that combo not correctly, but mostly. Yeah, that's why I like playing Faiz. It's solely because characters with clock up mechanics, or sometimes not even clock up, just max mode can just... You can just not care. Like... Huh, he does use it in that. Well, I'll be damned. Like Francis before they tried and kind of slaps and we were... Honest to God, Alex, you hearing that it's like the most, one of the most, gonna be the most generic Asian theme I've heard, but also say kind of slaps. It puts me in a weird state of having hope, but not. I really fucked the whole combo out. There it is. If you can't tell, I really like playing Faiz in this game. He's hard, but I really like playing Faiz in this game. Well, for me. For me, I think he's difficult, but I really like playing him. So let me try out the beat, because I've tried him out before. Yeah, this is clock up. Let's beat up the worst character in this game. Or one of the worst, because... Good God. Imagine making a zoner that got progressively worse. And then you get the end in Super Climax Heroes. Well, the zoner with no damage. He used to have damage at the very least. Sounds kind of cool. I mean, there's multiple. And a lot of it, like, the weird thing is that a lot of the fan base just kind of go, man, some of them are bad, and I sat there like, outside of like the sister from Saber, all the female Kamen Riders I've experienced so far have been pretty cool. Like, Poppy was already a good character, she's just now sometimes a Kamen Rider, which since she wasn't initially a fighter, like, I get why she doesn't do it much, but it's still cool the fact she is. Look at this boxer. Oh yeah, by the way, any character with like a something like a clock up, Rider cancels still drain meter. Sadly. So I can. One, two. Slow-mo rush. Yeah, that's just what happens in Clock Up. Actually, wait a minute. Can I? 3, 4. 1, 2. So if you use Clock Up, you can just. So if they're still just standing, you can just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then that doesn't do that much damage, but that's kind of evil. Alright, so kinda switching games at a faster pace, but it's kinda fine. Cause like I've at least streamed like an arcade run of Super Climax before. Oh god. Do I wanna actually no. I forgot I have PK Out of the Shadows installed in here. At some point I need to run that on stream, because that's like a literal 3-hour game. Oh god, the more I think about it, that game really is just 3 hours. Actually, you know what? I was actually gonna pull up that video you mentioned, so... Cause yeah, I'm kind of running out of ideas. Clock Up is an easily misheard. Yeah, It really is. Hang on, let me... Dual Heroes Ho theme, okay. Let me also turn my... Oh no, my browser sound is pretty down there. This song just hits like a freight train. That way the food stuff just went lowered. Okay, now it's showing it. The weird part, it's not bad. Like, it's jank, but it's decent. Like, I was expecting a lot worse. Honestly, Alex, it kind of reminds me of the... Part of it reminds me of the Skyscraper City level theme from Ape Escape 2. Except you're kind of right. The first 10 seconds just happen, and then the rest of it's just kind of... It's not bad, just there. Yeah, this is just kind of a... This is just kind of my brain don't work kind of song for me. But my brain just kind of interprets it as my brain ain't working right now. Come back in like 5 years. Things will get sorted out by then. My issue with the song is that it still has more soul than any of the original songs or remixes in Marvel Infinite, and that's distressing. Because it's not even bad, it's just very a thing. Alright, well that's technically not all the time I've got, but it's about that time. I can't guarantee that I'll be able to stream like next Monday or next Friday, but I'll hopefully... I don't want to say I'm guaranteed to stream, because obviously that never happens, but I'm trying to do better in general, because things haven't really been the greatest. So hopefully see you guys very soon.